Alright, so question one was, what did you notice? What about the play was interesting, strange, revealing, or meaningful for you? So the first thing that I noticed when I was reading the book was that the book is really similar to Ovid's Pentheus and the Bacchus. So pretty much in Pentheus and the Bacchus, Pentheus ends up dying as well, but in Pentheus's version, or in Ovid's version, Pentheus just seems a lot more ignorant and a jerk, while in Euripides' version, he kind of starts to seem sorry for what he did at the end, but then the Bacchus ends up killing him anyway. So for question two, the values that are being represented in the book, I'd say the first one that I really noticed was the value of religion. And on page 9, lines 206 to 209, Tiresias shows that he really takes worshiping seriously. And then on page 14, lines 360 to 363, it shows that like worshiping is important to him. And then for the other value, he shows that how punishment is, how serious it is in their society, which on page 14, lines 355 to 358, Pentheus pretty much says like that he's going to stone Dionysus when like he really didn't even do anything that bad. And then also on lines, or page 20, lines 492 and 493, he cuts off Dionysus' hair, even though it was sacred from the gods. So for question three, on something that I wasn't sure of when I read the book, it was the Theresis that Dionysus had, and on further review when I looked it up, it's pretty much a wand that's covered in ivy and vines, and pretty much he uses it to like bring up fountains of wine and stuff. So for question four, I think that the Maenads are looked at as brainless women who just want to sleep with random men and get drunk. So on page 9, line 221 to 225, Pentheus pretty much confirms the negative views of the Maenads, and pretty much the people of Thebes kind of just view them as like loony in the head and have gone mad. And it kind of just shows that the people of Greece back in the day didn't really care about women's rights, and they didn't believe that women could choose who they worship and who they sleep with. So for question five, why Elvis Presley is on the cover of the Bacchae, pretty much Elvis Presley is a lot like Dionysus, because when Dionysus comes into town, he's just very pretty and all the women flock to him, and his rituals involve dancing, and he's just a lot like Elvis Presley in the fact that like women flock to him and he's just kind of looked at as like an icon. And then for my two questions that I had is, what do you guys think was in the lost manuscripts of Euripides' text in scene 5, and then why do you guys think that Dionysus or why do you think Pentheus kind of suddenly changed from hating the man that was Dionysus disguised, and he kind of hated him at first, but then suddenly he changed and decided that he was going to go up with him to the mountain and seemed all trusting of him?